Okay, good morning. Very early morning for me too. First of all, my name is Jan Feddersen. I am 43 years old. I'm married, got a daughter who's 14, and I am with a company called Society. Not for always, but nearly for 10 years now. And I would like to tell you a little bit about the importance of English in today's business world. Who thinks it's important? Okay, I can leave then. It is. But before we start, of course I've got a couple of commercials. I'm doing this for free, so commercial start. Society is, who knows Society? You're French? No. No. Okay, you know me. You don't count. Any other? Who knows Capgemini? Or Capgemini? Or Capgemini? The Germans don't count. Okay, good. Funny thing, I started my career with a company called Future Engineering. Nobody knows Future Engineering. It was a German company. We all spoke German. I had German colleagues. And one day, a company from France decided, a very nice company, and they needed a company in Germany because they were doing the same business in France. They were working for Airbus. We were working for Airbus. Airbus decided, well, we need transnational partners. So if you want to work with us, dear Society, dear Future Engineering, you might be wanting to do something together. So Society, as being the bigger one, came to us and said, well, we give you a hell of a lot of money, and now you're us. And we were blue before, now we're red, and we're belonging to a company group which is active in the whole Europe. So we're actually active in France. We're pretty big in France. We're pretty big in the Benelux. We're not in Italy, but Capgemini is in Italy. So from a company back then of 350, we suddenly belong to a big group of more than 20,000 people. This big group belongs to another even bigger group with 180,000 people worldwide. Huge. So this is how we are working in Germany. I'm just telling you a little bit what we're doing. We're doing testing, software testing on the one side. We're doing engineering, so design. We're doing some engineering tests, physical tests, a lot in Hamburg for Airbus, but a lot for other bigger clients as well. Okay. Why is English important? I told you about local organizations just there, or our local organization that looks like this. Very easy. Got a boss, where's the seat? You might have a deputy. And then we've got operations, they're earning the money for us. Okay? And then we've got all the support functions. So HR as being the most important. Finance, sales, marketing, procurement. There might be others. Okay? No problem. We do not need English here at all. It's not complicated. We have our reporting lines. Human resources is reporting to the German boss. Recruiting is reporting into human resources. The HR operations is reporting there. Absolutely no problem. Yeah? This could be a company of 50 people. This could be a company of 100 people. That could be a company of 1,000 people. Doesn't matter. They have local business. They do not have to do anything with English customers or English-speaking customers or foreign countries, it's all okay. But today, a lot of things, well, a lot of companies are not self-driven anymore. They've been bought by bigger companies, by big groups, and the organization is a little bit different. So we have, how do I get rid of this?
Yeah, just move it.
Okay. We have our organization, which I showed you before, on the slide before here, right? That's only a unit of a big organization. It's not self-driven anymore. They have to report. They have to report into the group. And the group is organized like those organizations, but the operations is reporting here. And the human resources is reporting there. Finance there. So, do they all speak German, French, Italian, or whatever language? No, not necessarily. What is their common language? English. So, whatever you think is a small company might belong to a bigger company somewhere else. And it's getting more and more. I know a company, it's a small company in Germany. I never knew that they were owned by an American company. And this American company belongs to a Finnish group. So, reporting-wise, how do they report? How do they talk? In Finnish? No. Good. So, we see that direct local reporting lines and colleagues being from the same country and promotions being done within the same country is getting less and less. It's more that you have your local reporting lines where you can speak your local language and your international reporting lines where you have to speak in English. And you've got more and more international colleagues, not only, but as well, because the mobility within the group is being driven. And the group wants to still have their talents, want to retain their talents, they're good people, and they want to offer them interesting jobs. An interesting job is not necessarily in your country. That interesting job might be somewhere else. So it is like, I don't know, some people like their yogurt stirred, some people like their yogurt not stirred. It's stirred. Everything is stirred at the moment. Okay? So what do we need? Do we need perfect Oxford English? Absolutely not. We need to get by. We need to understand our colleagues. We need to be able to make a joke. We need to be able to understand the jokes, because otherwise we're thinking they're laughing about us. We need to know how they tick in their different country. Yeah? I've got a lot of Indian colleagues. They're totally different. They will not say no. I'm used to saying no. That's not possible. I can't do this. The Indian colleagues won't say no. And if you're on the phone with them, you won't find out what they really mean, so you have to see them. Video conferences are getting more and more popular. Not only for that reason. Language is a carrier. It's not a bike, because riding a bike is really easy. Once you've learned it, you're there. A language you have to practice. You have to do it. You really have to do it. Doesn't mean that when you finish school you're great in English or you're great in French or whatever. You have to practice it, and you have to speak it, and you have to get over yourself to speak. And it doesn't matter if you make mistakes, because everybody makes mistakes. If you're not from the original country. And even in Germany, you see a lot of Germans making mistakes in their own language. So, what else is important? Teamwork. A lot of office programs. The last time I was here, it's not too long ago, I think it was in January, I said one office program is really, really, really important, and you're a hero if you're really good at it. Can someone remember? Excel, yeah. And have you looked into it? Great. Good, do. Flexibility, not only in a geographical way. Flexibility in your head. Not to be thinking you're getting into a company and you'll be doing the same thing every day. Because things can change very quickly. Communication, very important. If I don't say what's wrong or that something's going wrong, it's a problem. If I do not communicate with my boss, my colleagues, whoever, I will face problems. People cannot figure me out, or I don't say when something goes wrong, and that could cost 100,000 euros pretty quickly. Independent thinking, very, very important. If you want to get on somewhere, you have to be able to think on your own. Do not expect anyone to tell you what to do next. You will have a leaving cert, you will have an abitur, you might study. It will be expected that you think on your own, and that you make up your own mind about topics where you are the expert, and you will be an expert on some things. Time management. When the bell rings here, it's over. That's easy. But there won't be a bell ringing in where you're working. So make sure that you hit the deadlines, make sure that you communicate if you can't hit the deadlines, or if you're eating quicker. Only an example. I was asked, and we're very quick because we only have 40 minutes all in all, but 20 minutes left, to tell you a little bit about applications and the do and don'ts. The Germans here have seen this in a different language. What belongs to an application? First of all, I have to apply. Apply with an application letter and a CV. Some countries it's only a CV. The Germans are very, okay, we need a letter, we need a CV. We can't ask for a photo anymore, but we want one. Anyway, whatever I do with an application, I tailor it individually for the employer. What does that mean? I look at their webpage. I know what fonts they're working with. My writing style is made for the company. If I'm writing to a bank, I'm writing differently than to a marketing agency or a football club or a whatever company. I'm being maybe a little bit more careful with my words. I know the contact person, and I know if it's a he or she. I got applications where it says, "Dear Mrs. Feddersen." Okay. Not a good impression, but I know the location. My job letter, my application letter is not the same for every company. I look at the job ad. I look what they're asking for and I'm answering to their needs. Okay, you're looking for this and that and that, and I've done this and that, and I have great interest in it. And it's not the same for every job. I'm making sure that I don't make any mistakes, because if someone finds mistakes, it's not nice, it's not good. How much time do you think your application has? And the Germans do not have to answer. How much time do you think your application has at the employer? Any idea? 2 minutes. Okay. Any other idea? More or less?
So you send your letter to the job, he opens it and he reads it. Does he spend 2 minutes, 10 minutes reading your information?
It depends on the document.
Depends on the document. Always, yes. But in general?
A few seconds.
A few seconds? More or less? Okay. It really, it does depend, but the first view is not more than 2 minutes. It's more under a minute. If the guy who's looking at it first knows what he's looking for, he finds it very quick. If he sees mistakes, not good. If the CV is good in general, he puts it on the other side. Anyway, but 40 seconds, the first view, if he knows what he's doing. I've got my contact information on each page. So the person who's looking at my CV and wants to contact me, he doesn't have to look for my contact details. It's on every page. Okay? And I'm making sure that I do not have a funny email address on it. So the checker 69 is not on. Okay? I make sure that all my social media accounts are private. Because even though we are not supposed to look, I know people who do. Okay?
Sorry, does that mean that if you have like Facebook pictures, they should be private, or?
They should be, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Because an employer can look, or a potential employer will look, or you said is it illegal, or?
Well, it's not necessarily illegal, but you're not supposed to be checking. But if you're getting there accidentally.
So and that's what human resources managers maybe do.
They might. But
If you're looking for a
accidentally.
decent job, yeah, think about it.
Really, I mean, make sure, even if it's not private, make sure that they're not the photos in there where you're flying drunk. In Germany, as said, the employers can't ask for a photo. I would always put a photo in, and I would make sure that the photo is great. It's the best photo anybody can take from, and it is an appropriate photo. So if I am working for a bank, I don't need a photo where you can see my legs, for example. But if I'm working for a restaurant, they expect it. So do some research before, see what they're looking for, and make sure that you're acting their way, if you want the job. Right? Your application should make a difference to the applications of the others. Otherwise, you don't need to send it off, because you barely will have a chance. Right. What happens in the interview? You've got no second chance for what? For the first impression. How does that feel? How does that feel? Not good. Not good. Why not?
Oh, it's soft.
Soft. Yeah. Hi. Is that better?
Yeah.
So make sure that you do not have fear shaking somebody's hand. Was my hand warm or cold? You don't know? It's freezing. Really it is. The last time I was here, I said, make sure that your hands are warm. Yeah? Mine are cold. Okay? That's the first impression. Shaking somebody's hand. Looking somebody in the eye. Being dressed well. Take care of this. Yeah? Take care that your mobile phone is off. Yeah? Your clothes want to fit the environment. Means when you're applying or having an interview with a bank, you're not there in jeans with holes. But if you're going to a marketing agency, they don't care. Okay. You have to know what the company is doing. They will ask you. Have you heard about us? What do you know about the job? Prepare for standard questions. You might be able to do that here in 2-3 minutes. Take the opportunity to present yourself. Be your own marketing director and burn off fireworks. It's you. Yeah? They have to be interested in you. You want the job. And even if you find out, because the interview is not only that they interview you, you interview them as well. Find out if you like them or not. And even if you don't like them, make sure they like you. Yeah? Because you will never have that sparring, or you will barely have that sparring in your life. How many interviews will you have in your life? The most 10. The working life is like 40 years. 10 and 40 years is not much. So that you don't have much opportunity to train, to do some sparring. Take the opportunity to get to know the company, get to know the branch they're working in. Ask questions. Be prepared to ask questions. And even if it's standard questions. Because you want them to see that you're interested. Make notes if you need to. Don't make them on your phone. Because it might look as if you're typing an SMS. No, they're not being typed anymore. Those WhatsApps or whatever. And remain authentic. With all that, what I said, still be yourself. Okay, you can dress the way they want, but only if you want. Don't go to a bank if you don't want to work in a bank. Be yourself, because you can hold it for an interview. You might hold it for the first 3 weeks, but afterwards you won't be able to do that. And if you should have become an actor.
Hi, Mikey.
Jan Feddersen, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good, thank you. Did you find it well here?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty easy.
Okay. Did you come by car?
No, by bike.
By bike. Okay. Are you cycling a lot?
Not really, but I like to drive with my bike to work and to school.
Okay. Okay. Are you living far?
No, about 2 kilometers, so it's okay. It's not too long for bike.
We've read your CV, and of course we found it interesting. But I would like to know a little bit more about you. So could you maybe fill what I see here in black and white with a little bit of life, a little bit of colour?
Yeah, sure. I'm Mikey Bradley. I'm 16 years old. In my free time, I love to do sports, for example, golf and fitness. I like to meet my friends, I like to hang out with them, but I also like to go to school, like to study. After my Abitur, I want to maybe study something or go to work.
Okay. Okay. What kind of work would you like to do?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm really into sports, so maybe I would do something in that direction, but I'm not quite sure yet.
Okay. Have you done any work practices?
Yes, I've done management in a golf club, and I've also done Kfz-Mechatroniker at BMW.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Hamburg?
Yes.
Okay. What did you like most?
Management.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. I didn't really like the BMW because I was quite young and I couldn't really do something. But at management, I worked a lot on computers and stuff like that, and with numbers and with bills, and it was really interesting.
Okay. What kind of things did you do there in that course?
I worked with the manager. He's a really good friend of mine, and we did like creating tournaments, and did some bills and some, in German we call it Abrechnung, and yeah, stuff like that. And I also love contact with people.
Okay. So Abrechnung as in payroll.
Yes.
Okay. Good. So if I ask you for 3 keywords where you'd say, okay, I'm really good at this, right? Personality-wise, or my personality. What would you say are your biggest strengths?
Probably that I can work by myself. I can think of my own mind, so I can really work without help other people. I'm good with people also, I can talk to them, and yeah, I'm pretty flexible, I would say.
Okay. Flexible in what way?
Time-wise, like working times or stuff like that.
Okay. You know who has strength has weaknesses as well?
Yes.
What are your weaknesses?
Well, that's a difficult question. Maybe that sometimes I can't concentrate that well, but I think that's not too big of an issue, like only sometimes.
Okay. Anything else we should know?
No.
If you think about a perfect job, or the perfect work environment, what should that look like?
First of all, I think the people which I work with should be nice and kind. They should be helpful, but I also want to be helpful to them. So if they have a problem that I can help them, or if I have a problem that they help me, then it should be nearby and not so far away, so I can maybe drive to work with my bike, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I can work in many different working areas. That's not a big problem.
Okay. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I want to live in an apartment maybe in Hamburg, maybe have a girlfriend, and yeah, have a job, have fun in my life, do a lot of sports.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. Good. Vielen Dank. Now, what do you think? Would he get a job, even though we didn't talk about a job, really? Would he get a job? Who would give him a job? Hands up. Okay, why? Sorry.
He seemed like he knew what he wanted, and like he had a really great like self-esteem that he wasn't, I don't know that, and seemed like athletic.
of opinions? Come on, you have an opinion because you put up your hand.
He was so open-minded and honest.
Okay, seemed open-minded and honest, yeah? There was, oh, sorry.
He gave really long answers.
Yeah.
So it was not like, yeah, I do, yeah, I want it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything where you think he should have acted differently?
Yes. Should have put up his hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
He made movements, but you couldn't see them.
All right, okay, I actually couldn't. 'Cause
Okay.
two things, gestures and your voice.
Mhm.
You could have worked with your voice a little more. I know we've got an audience here. Yeah, it's not that easy. I'm used to that, you know. But it's okay. It was really good. It was really good.
He also could show more interest on something. He asked really some questions. He can say,
Yes.
Stop. We finish
That's-
one interview and then
That's
we
right.
move.
That's
Please sit
right. He should have had a question. At the same time, he had no time to think of one, and that's pressure here, you know. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, and thank you very much, Ms. Pettit.